What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching episode 3 of House of the Dragon. Now, before I start this video, just a quick reminder, you guys, my YouTube memberships is up and that's where my reaction is going to be. Go over there and check that out. I have 2 levels to become a member on my channel. Level 1 is $2.99 and that's going to get you priority replies. It's going to get you special polls and it's going to get you live streams with me. Level 2 is for $4.99 and you're going to get all of what level 1 has, plus you're going to get all of my reactions to this show, amongst the other ones that I'm watching, any movies, and also all of my uncut Try Not to Laughs. So, now, this is starting to get really, really intense. Like, I didn't think that I was going to like this show as much as I do. And everyone is telling me, you wait until you get to episode 4. I don't know what's going to happen there, but it's already getting wild. Like, the end of this episode was already wild. So Rhaenyra is obviously really feeling some type of way. So in this episode, it has been 2 years since the king got married. His son has been born. And his wife is pregnant again. I also noticed that he is now missing 2 fingers. Something's up with him. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so Rhaenyra is just really feeling some type of way because she basically thinks that she's going to get replaced. Now that her brother is here, she feels that her father is going to make him heir of the throne because it's his first son. But she is already heir of the throne and nobody really agrees with that because she's a girl and it's something that's never been done. So she's like lashing out. She says she doesn't want to get married. She doesn't want to be part of anything going on. She doesn't want to be around her dad like that. She definitely doesn't want to be around the wife, which is her, I guess, ex-best friend, which is really strange. It's really, really strange. That's a really sticky situation. And I kind of get it, but I don't know. Like, I feel like his wife's father was sending her down there purposely so she could become his wife. So I feel like he just wants to be part of the inheritance, like part of that. But I haven't seen anything bad about her father yet. I'm not talking about the king. I'm talking about the king's right-hand man. I don't remember his name. But now that and it seems like she didn't want to either, but the king didn't want to marry, what's her name, Elena? What is it, Bulgarian? Not Bulgarian. I forget the last name, but she was too young. And I guess he didn't feel comfortable with that. Understandable. But then it's like, damn, like I gotta choose somebody. Let me choose my daughter's best friend. Like, that's kind of weird. So obviously, it has been extremely uncomfortable on all sides, but clearly, Rhaenyra has been giving him hell. And in this episode, it seems like everybody is stressing him out. Like, he's at this party where he's trying to unwind and, you know, one of the soldiers or whatever comes to him to tell him what's going on at this war where his brother has started. And he just doesn't want to hear anything about it. All he cares about is where Rhaenyra is. And Rhaenyra's outside with another guy who's singing and playing an instrument. She doesn't want no parts of this party or whatever. And they also want to talk about his son being the next heir of the throne and what they call his second name. And he just doesn't want to hear it. And he's got so many people coming at him in so many different angles, stressing him about all these things. And he just does not want to hear it. Like, he is absolutely done with everybody. And you see him at one point, they go to this hunting, which seems to be like a really big party. But I assume they go out there to go hunt animals. And they're all there, and the other ladies are talking with the queen, and they're talking about Rhaenyra and how they're talking about the war, they're talking about, you know, I think at one point they mentioned her being the heir, but then they started questioning Rhaenyra about the war or what she knows, because apparently it's her uncle that started it, and she's like, I don't know anything. And they're being a little sassy with her, and she's just not for it. So in the meantime, you know, the king's wife is trying to keep her cool. She's pregnant. She's talking with everybody. And you see him. He's just drinking wine after wine after wine. He is absolutely done. So there's this other guy there. He's, I don't know. He's, I guess, one of the big guys that wants to try to marry her. He's got like a lion on his chest or whatever. Not on his bare chest, but that's what it is. So anyway, he seems to be a creep. Like, he seems to be a creep because he's kind of like eyeing her while he's in front of the king. And the king's kind of looking at him like, I don't like that vibe. And I did not like his vibe at all either. So at one point, Rhaenyra's outside and he goes to talk to her and he offers her a drink. And he's kind of like looking at her up and down behind her. And she immediately picks up on the vibe. And she's just like, thanks for the drink, and walks off. And I'm like, he seems to be a little like, I don't like him. I don't like him. Something's up with him. I don't like him. So later on, you know, she runs off on her horse. She doesn't want no parts of anything. And then I think it's the guy that she likes the other night. So they're in the woods, and, you know, they're talking, and she's like, I'd rather be out here than be over there with my dad. So, long story short, there's like this animal that comes out of nowhere, tries to attack him. She takes her, they actually do kill this animal. It's not a pig. It's like, I don't know if it's like one of those truffle pigs are smaller. I forgot what they're called. But anyway, like a hog, maybe. So the knight stabs him with his sword, and then he like gets back up again and tries to attack Rhaenyra, and then she grabs her knife and just keeps stabbing. She's like letting all this anger out, and I'm just like, wow, she's all bloody and everything. So the next day, because this is nighttime, the next day she goes and they see that she's bringing an animal. She's all bloody. Nobody says anything. They're just looking at her. And, you know, eventually she does tell her father how she feels. Eventually she tells her dad, like, I feel like you're going to replace me because, you know, you have a son now and I don't, you know, I just don't want to marry. And he's like, look, it's about time that you marry. You're of age. But basically he's like, you choose whoever you see fit. Like, he's not going to be the one to marry her off to somebody. He's not one to be a stickler for tradition, it seems like. So he just wants her to be happy. And I can appreciate that. But man, the end to this episode, Damon is a trip. Like, this dude is straight evil. So apparently, you know, he, at one point, I'm going to skip over a whole bunch of parts. You guys have to go watch this. But they're going on this war. He started this war. They're all going at it. The end of this episode, he goes in to wave the white flag like he's standing down. So he puts the white flag down and he presents his sword like, do what you wish, I guess. Guys are up ready to fire their arrows at him, and you know, the guys that they're at war with are kind of like peeking through little cave areas or whatever. So he kneels down with his sword. They come closer, they grab the sword. This dude goes into attack mode. Damon starts slicing and dicing, and I'm like, this was a whole setup. So all hell breaks loose. Okay, it looks like a scene out of 300. Like, it's absolutely crazy. So then at the end, he goes to get the main guy who looks like he's all charred up and stuff, like just nasty. He goes after him and he comes back with half of his body, guts all out. I'm just like, oh, he is no joke. Damon is something crazy in this show. Okay, so I don't know how far he's going to go, but clearly he is not good. He's not a good person. The guy with the dreads, he's clearly not a good person because he was on the king's side. Now he's on the other side with Damon. The queen's father, I'm a little iffy about him, even though he hasn't shown any real sign of being bad. I don't know. Something's up with him, I feel like, but I don't know. But yeah, I don't understand what's gonna happen next. I think Damon's probably just gonna keep lashing out. He's gonna keep sending messages like he's just mad at the world at this point. So yeah, once again, this was a great episode. Very great episode. Crazy how it ended. I cannot wait to watch episode 4. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if you guys watched episode 3. Let me know what you guys think. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!